Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Noise and welcome back to Sky Factory 2.5. In the last episode, we were doing a bunch of stuff with Thaumcraft, trying to get a crafting scepter up and working, running, whatever you want to call it, for our terminal, and just trying to figure out what we're going to do without all of that. And we were also working on getting these guys finished. So all the shards and quicksilver and amber. I have all of those completed, and they are growing up here. Everything is good. So we're starting to get the shard essence into our system, which is going to allow us to not only make shards but also make knowledge fragments, which one of our quests is to eat a bunch of those. So one of the things that we were kind of trying to get done last time was we had to create a new dimension for wisps, and unfortunately wisps are annoying and you can't catch them in the safari nets. However, you can catch them in a soul vial, which means we can make a powered spawner for these guys. So that is going to be something that we're going to do today, because it's a great way to get essence. And there's a couple of things that we're going to do. I went ahead and made the rest of the Salus Mundus that we need to make the charged thaumium caps and complete our crafting scepter. And then from there, yeah, we need to get some nodes, which is going to require us to kill a wither to get a warding. It's the wand focus of warding, I do believe, which we have a little bit of warded glass, which I think we got from loot bags. Oh no, we made that. We made that. Never mind. But we need the wand focus of warding in order to complete the better what is it called? The better thing that will the node in the jar, the perfect one. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's going to allow us to get some really good nodes up here, and then we'll be able to not only charge the wands in here automatically, but we'll also be able to charge any other ones we have. So we're going to be doing that, and I need to do a little bit more research on how that's going to work. So we're not going to worry about that too much today. We're going to get a little bit of other stuff done, including trying to get a couple of just basically quality of life stuff. So that will be the plan. Now, one thing, while I was exploring with the killing the wisps, I found a mineshaft with a dungeon that had a black lotus. I just kind of wanted to show this off. It's not going to be super useful for this pack, but that is something you can find in dungeon chests. It was a mineshaft to be exact, but all you have to do is throw that in there and you get a tiny little bit of mana, as long as there's mana in there. So that's all the black lotus is used for. Now the other thing that I was grabbing whenever I found it was dimensional shards. I have 220 dimensional shards, and I have a dimensional scrambler that is 100% infused. The infused bonus is increased chance of getting better dimlets. I think it's a pretty much guaranteed. If you use, let's say, level 1s, you'll get a level 2. We can test that really easily. So let's just, throw those in. We should get a level 2. Or better. Rarity level 2. Level 2 or better. Level 3. Ooh, that's a nice level 3. Nether quartz. So this is how we're going to get dragons. So we have molten nickel. Ooh, that's high level. And nothing else. Wow. I've been doing a little bit of work with this, but haven't really got too much good. Confusion dimlets. Let's see. We need high level dimlets in order to get what we want. So if we look, okay, let's think about this for a second. First of all, I want to show off that, hey, I have the shard essence, as you can see, and if we take, let's just teach the system how to make this. Knowledge fragments. we can learn how to make those, and we'll put that in there. I changed the recipe for sand. I decided to use essence instead of grinding up gravel. It's just a little bit easier. So that will work just fine. All this other stuff I'm not too worried about right now. So we need to eat like 2084. If I wanted like 200, it only requires less than a stack of essence. So that is something that we're going to work towards, just kind of farming. We do need to decide what's going to be on the top floor and finish up the farm. That is something I'm going to work on kind of off camera. I had to go farm a lot more Minicio ore, but that doesn't take long. It just takes, we have 97. We're going to need a lot more because there are 3 plants. So diamonds, emeralds, wither skeleton, there's 4 because there's also cobalt at 5 platinum. 5 seeds that require 4 each. So to do 21, that's like 80, 84. The VCO essence for each of those seeds, and we're gonna need that 5 times. So that's like 400. So that's gonna be a little bit expensive to do, but there won't be a problem with this setup. It just takes a while for this to drain. And that's fine. It's going as fast as it can. I could always put more item conduits, but meh. So there's that. We can go ahead and do our stuff with this guy. Maybe get the crafting done. But we need a bunch of Aurum to charge these Thaumium caps. So let's take a look at our Thaumonomicon. Let's get this done first, and then we're going to do some Dimlet stuff today, I think. So we need 6 Aurum and 12 Potentia for each charged Thaumium cap. So we need 18. So divisible by 6, I need 24. And these are not going to be the best of ways to get them because I'm honestly going to waste the other stuff. So we do 4 of those, we can get the Perdido. But I think we're going to have to wait for that. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make a powered spawner. Now, if we look at powered spawners, we have this guy. So it requires not that much of stuff. And then what you do, combine with a broken spawner and an anvil. So we need to do a couple of things. We need to put this away, and we honestly need to go, let's see how much, that has no power. Alright, we're going to throw that in there. Let that get power. We are going to teleport to the wisps, and I want to have this on my bar, and we're going to get the item dislocator, and we're going to teleport. Now the reason we're doing this, we could also go to the nether, but I know that there's some spawners in here. I know they're north, and I kind of want to show this off anyway, so let's head north. There are a lot of wisps here. I could just farm the wisps here, but it's going to be easier in the long run to automate it and have a system that's going to kill the wisps for me. So what I need is a spawner. Now the only 2 places I can think of to get spawners is, actually I want to look up, let's just look up spawner. Stabilized mob spawners, that's something we're going to want later. We could make a broken spawner with dark iron bars. And then yeah, there's a process we could do, but it's going to be just as easy. Cheaper on the dark iron anyways to go this way and do it this way. So I think I got... Did I not get anything out of this? Did I not see this one? I might not have seen this one. I didn't see this one. Cool. What do we have? Wolves. Alright, so I have a lot of really cool dimlets. We can make a lot of really cool worlds, but there's also not much reason to. I have, let's see, gas and all sorts of mobs. I have all sorts of liquids. Most of it's just kind of expensive to do anything with, so it's not really worth it in the long run. But did I see this one? Yes. Alright, so this is what a mineshaft looks like. This world still generates structures, so we can still have mineshafts. We might even be able to get end portals as well. But this is going to be the easiest place. There are cave spider spawners, so I'm going to break a couple of them in this one. And there we go, powered spawner. There's also these chests, which is where I got the Black Lotus. In fact, I looked at this one. I remember that one. There wasn't anything worthwhile getting, so I didn't. So we got that spawner. There's another spawner here. And yeah, that's pretty much all we need. This is one of those interesting things. It's an interesting formation that you don't usually see, because typically it's all in a cave or something, and you don't get to see just how these are set up, and it's really kind of neat, but also kind of empty. You see how these are so intimidating in vanilla Minecraft, and they are so lackluster when you actually just look at them. But let's get out of here, save some power, grab this guy out of here, and we have more dimlets, so we can throw these guys. Ooh, pink slime, that's actually really nice. Then we'll cycle to the other one, we'll throw those three, and throw this stuff in here. So we have 2 power spawners, and the way we make a we have 2 broken spawners, excuse me. And the way you make a powered spawner is with the soul binder, which we don't have. So let's make a soul binder. So the soul binder requires a machine chassis. Can I teach that? I think this, yeah, it knows how to make it. We're actually going to need 2, so might as well get 2. And to make the soul binder, we're going to need 1 of each head, plus some solarium. So we need 4 solarium. That'll take just a moment, and we will have our soul binder. Now this is really easy to do, but it is going to require some experience. So we just place that down. We'll grab our wisp soul, and we throw these 2 things in there, and it requires 15 levels. So let's store all, retrieve 15, and we'll use player experience, and that will do its thing. It takes it quite a bit. So let's get a capacitor in there. Can we make 1 of these? Shouldn't take too long. And we feel oddly drained. I did have a really cool effect while I was flying around and all that fun stuff. I had one called Deadly Gaze, which allowed me to look at any mob, hostile or otherwise, and inflict wither on it. It was kind of cool. So do we have the octadic capacitor? Almost. It's creating energetic alloy, and there we go. So there's that. We can come over here, place that in there, and it's going to go a lot faster. And now we need a powered spawner. So a powered spawner is some electrical steel. So we're going to need 3 more electrical steel. Vibrant crystals, which we're going to need 2 of these. And what was the other thing? A Z-Logic controller. So we need a zombie head. Oh, I can already teach it. I've already taught it how to craft those, so we'll get that as well. So I didn't teach the vibrant crystals, but we can take this and make that pretty easily. And we're all done. Cool. So I should be able to make a powered spawner now. Powered spawner. There we go. So pretty easy. And then all we have to do is combine with a broken spawner and an anvil. Well, we have a broken spawner with wisps in it. Now there are actual spawners with wisps in them already. If you found one of those, you wouldn't have to do this whole binder process. You would just have to do this process, which I believe requires 30 levels. Yes. So 30 levels. We get a powered spawner with wisps. So that's not too bad. Now I want another capacitor to make things easier, make things faster, and then I want a couple item ducts. And there's two things I want to do with this. Let's also craft like 100 more. Does that sound good? That sounds good. It's not that difficult. So I just want a stack of these right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to, let's see, this line goes into that. And it goes all the way over here and pulls from there. So what I want to do is take this and run it across. And yeah, this will allow us to pull out everything from this guy and put it into our AE system, because I have over a stack of diamond ore and iron and all sorts of stuff. I would like to have this in my system. Now, something else I want to kind of do is I want to make like 2 more ME drives. So let's go ahead and work on that. ME drives. I make 2 more of those, and I want to craft 20 more of those. So that's going to take a while, but we have all the stuff, so it doesn't really matter. And awesome. So the next thing I want to do is we're going to pull stuff from this guy as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop down in here. And what I think I can do, alright, I think I need a yet a wrench. We have most of the lines that we need underneath. But what I need to do is I need to right click this and signal color red. That'll work for that. And let's get a sign or 2. And we're gonna make this kind of nice. So we're gonna put a sign here that says auto spawner, and we're gonna put a sign here that says powered spawner. And then we're also going to pull things from this guy. So I need, let's get like 10 of these. And for right now, I need 1 painted like so. And you can also paint other things. You can paint basically anything with this guy, which is really nice. So facades, we can put that away. We can get our capacitor. We can get our, we're going to need some redstone conduit. And we're going to need some power. Probably, like 1, but still. I also grabbed a little bit of Draconium, by the way. I'm still debating what's going to be the best way to get that. I'm still looking for the Dimlets, but we'll see. So let's pop down here. I also need a lever, I realize. And let's just expand our storage. And let's see, we need a lever, which I just happen to have. Cool. So we're gonna put this guy right here. And we need to do some fancy stuff. So much like this guy over here, we take our item conduits. We can see. So let's take this down. And we're going to run redstone conduits like so. And I'm going to tell this one, we need our Yeta wrench now. I do believe. I'm not really versed in Ender IO conduits as sometimes, but so is it shift left click, shift right click. Let's break this for a second. We'll put this here. And do I need insulated? Oh, great. Stop it, stop it. Where's my lever? Alright, so do I need insulated? Insulated redstone conduit. I think this might work better. Let's make a little bit of that. So insulated redstone conduit, can I make? No, I need redstone alloy. So I can make 10 of that, sure, why not? And I also need some conduit binder. Make 100 of that. And conduit switch. I think the insulated redstone conduit will allow me to, we can test it real quick. So if we put this like so, and I put block here and a lever. Actually, let's use a facade. Doesn't really matter if it's painted or not. I guess it does. So let's get two of those painted because it's all I need. And we put a lever on here. I didn't mean to click that one. If we look at this, now we have that, and we can, okay, so I do need the insulated. So let's get a little bit more of this. And what we're going to do is, just for the time being, we're going to pop in here and give that a redstone signal. And then what I want to do, switch this to redstone. Actually, that's power, isn't it? Yep. And we're going to break all of these. And I don't really care if I lose them or not. Doesn't really matter to me. And there we go. And then these guys as well. And the reason we're doing this is because it's going to make it easier. This way we can choose which things go where. So we're probably going to need a little bit more. In fact, I know we are. So let's place that there, that there. And I guess we can save a little bit by doing this. Why am I... I'm shifting and I shouldn't be. So this one will go up here. And I need like just a few more. So let's get like one more set. We can put these away. So the insulated redstone conduit will allow us to, instead of having the issue of we can't choose what one goes where, this will allow us to. So I have a facade for that, but we need 2 facades for this guy. We're going to put our other lever there in a moment. So let's come around here. We're going to tell this. No, I wanted that to connect. Alright, so I think it's shift left click. Yes. Let's see. If we shift left click on this side. Lever. I want color red. In, out. Strong signal. Sure. Doesn't really matter, but that is red. Now, this is going to go around to this guy. And on the redstone, we are doing color red. Output a strong signal. Sure. And then on this guy, we're going to say color green. Output a strong signal. And then what we can do is fly around. See, that is on. So if we take this should be getting a redstone signal. But if we tell this to be always active, never active, active without signal, yes, active without signal, we're going to put the octadic capacitor in there. This should not be getting a signal. But if we put this here and we tell this, I didn't mean to do that. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. The Yeta wrench is not how the rest of the stuff is. We'll do green, strong signal. So if we turn this on, that should be getting a signal. So once we give it power, it shouldn't spawn anything, which is what I want for right now. So next thing we want to do is just pop power up to this guy. And we can honestly shift right click that. Cool. So that should be getting power now. And it shouldn't spawn anything. So this should have power. And if I flick this switch, it should start spawning. But not the other one. Only the wisps. And then this will kill it. And we'll get ethereal essence. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to put a facade here. And I actually want to go get a couple more facades. So let's get the cobblestone. And I didn't realize that this episode was going to be me setting up a spawner, but hey, evidently it is. Let's get 2 more. And what we're going to do is we're going to place these right down here. Just because it's so messy down here, I didn't want anything to look off with the conduits. And what we're going to do is we're going to just pop this guy here. We're going to tell it to always active extract on green. And now we need to figure out where this is going to go. We could send it over here. That's going on green to this guy. I have a test rack over here somewhere. Oh no, I have the chest. So we could just pop it over here. And I guess right here would be just fine. Just go along with this line. And then right there, and it connects. And now we should see the essence being pulled out. Nothing's in there, and we should see essence in our system. There we go. So that's what I wanted to do. Did I switch these back? No. Let's switch these back. Clean up our inventory a little bit, and then we're going to play around for the remainder of the episode with a little bit of stuff. So let's sleep first because I want to get rid of the rain. So I'm going to let this guy run, to be honest. Just pop that on, and the wisp will spawn. They shouldn't spawn outside of here, and then they'll get destroyed. They'll get picked up here and pulled back in to the system. So everything will be good. We'll have wisp spawning, and we'll start getting essence. And then what we'll do is we'll take that essence in a little while. Once I get a decent amount of it, and I will finish making our wand. So that is kind of the plan for that. Once I get enough essence of one type, and then eventually we can use the essence to get a lot of different aspects depending on how many wisps we get. So it's a waiting game at this point. But the rest of the episode, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and start working with dimlets. And we're going to take the rarest dimlets we can find, and we're going to try to get the 2 dimlets that I've been wanting. So effect, hunger, liquid silicon, conductive iron, resin ender. Those are fun stuff, and then zombie. Alright, so we'll cycle to this one. Now, the dimlet I want is the dragon dimlet. That is more important than the draconium, to be perfectly honest. Now, it is a maintenance cost is 10,000. That's not terrible, actually. Now, it is a rarity 6. So what we need is rarity 5s. Well, there's 2. And I don't really care about haste, so who cares? Any other rarity 5s that I can offer up? How about saturation? So this should give us a rarity 6. It should. And what's it going to give us? There's not that many rarity 6. It gave me a rarity 2. So evidently it's not a perfect chance, but it's a good chance. Let's see, we have mining fatigue. We will scramble these and get rarity 0. Okay, this is infused. Why am I getting absolute crap? Let's just take 2 saturations, a slowness, speed 2, essence, and any more 4s or 5s. Liquefied emeralds. Wow, we have that. Adamantine and aluminum. Alright, so we'll just do saturation, slowness, speed. That gives us Eldritch. God, these are bad. So this isn't going to be the best way to get them, but I have a bunch of extra. So speed and those guys. I should have a decent chance to... I don't understand why I don't have a decent chance to get better things. I'll have to look into that. Now, granted, I have a lot of, like, reactors. So we'll just do 3 of those. And these are rarity 3, so... No, it's not a rarity 4. That's so weird. I don't know why I'm fusing. So there's a rarity 4, blindness. And that's not particularly one I want to keep. And mining fatigue. So I don't know how we're going to get the dragon. Now there is other ways. Let's sort this by rarity. And all the rarity 6s will be down here. So we have absorption, resonant ender, gold, cobalt, liquefied emeralds. I really don't want these effects of wither. So there's rarity 5s, and then is there any other rarity 5 that I don't really care about? How about harm? So 3 rarity 5s. Come on, give me something good. Featured, wow, rarity 0. Alright, so what I can do, and this is going to be kind of tedious and I'm going to do it on my own, is there is a bunch of... I have a bunch of stuff. Like, I have 16 weather, no thunder. So if I take, like, 12 of those out, I can just sit here and pop these guys in there and hope for the best. But there is another way to get the dragon Dimlet. However, we'll have to resurrect the dragon. Ooh, charged Certus Quartz. That's kind of nice. Not really nice, but kind of nice. So we can just put this stuff in here. Compress stacks. Yeah, so I don't think that's going to work. Now, the other thing I could do I have another pick? I have the manual pickaxe of smashing. Has reinforced 3. But I don't see... We don't have any more modifiers, unfortunately, on this. That's a pain. Now, I'm trying to think. Draconium needs a decent pick. If I get Silk Touch on a pick, which I can get a Silky Gem, pretty easy. These are aluminum or gold. 2, 3, 4. We can get that pretty simply. And then we're just going to get cobalt, single piece of cobalt, modifiers, doesn't really matter. Let's get a paper binding, and I want something fast for the tool rod, but I have obsidian, so actually I need more paper, don't I? So let's make a Silk Touch pick, and I will I have to remember how many things I need. So tool binding, there we go. And then we just come over here. Let's turn that off. I realize I need an empty hand for this. Let's also eat some cheese on toast. And we'll throw that in there. That'll smelt up. We'll take this out. Put that in there. Let's grab the pickaxe. I haven't made a pickaxe in a while. But what I want to do is I want to make a Silk Touch pickaxe. The reason being is there is a couple ways to get things. And in order to get the dimlets that I want, we're going to need to make a dimlet. Now, the way you do this is with the Dimlet Workshop. Workbench, Dimlet, Workbench, this guy. So let's go ahead and make him. Gold nuggets, make 2 bits of those. Super easy. And you can throw that in there. Dimlet Workbench. We just need 2 actual workbenches, crafting tables, whatever. And yeah, so this is going to be a way to make stuff. And infusing, increased chance of getting all parts. I would like that very much. So let's get some dimensional shards. And I don't have quite enough to fully, I think it's 4 stacks that you need. But I can at least start infusing it. So let's throw those in there. That is that, so that's good. Let's get our cobalt pickaxe head. And then we can go ahead and punch that again. I'll get more gold after a bit. So that's done with that. Let's put another set in. We're going to make our pickaxe. Now this has 2 modifiers. Cobalt level, decently fast, which is what I want. And what we're going to do is we're just going to straight away put Silk Touch on it. So now I have a Silk Touch pick. And let's actually put moss on it as well. That'll be a good thing to have. And we're 50% infused. So yeah, we just need a little bit more of that stuff to do the thing that I need to do. So what I want to do, getting Draconium, there's a couple different ways. We could sift Endstone. Crushed Endstone would be completely viable, and there is a really easy way to get this. However, it's only a 4% chance. That's terrible. So another way we can do it is with the material absorber. Place this block on top of another block, and it will gradually absorb all identical blocks in the area. You can use the end result in the Dimlet workbench. So this is really easy to make. We're going to make a material. We need absorbers. So there's material, there's liquid, there's time, and there's biome. We want the material. So we're going to need another machine frame. We're going to need some wool, which we should be able to get 4 of. And then the last thing we need is Draconium ore. That's the issue. So I will show off a little bit of something. Let's take this guy. We have everything we need. So let's place once again this guy in here. We'll dial it up. Now this isn't the best, but I'll kind of show off what I've noticed. And also I want to potentially get some more of the one stuff. So the dimensional shards. So just pop down here, we'll grab some dimensional shards. And so flying around, something I noticed, and it's relatively rare, by which I mean it's incredibly rare, so I'll have to hopefully have enough power in my system to deal with this. Otherwise, I need to figure out a way to get more power. But Draconium ore actually exists in these worlds. It is, like I said, incredibly rare. It's not really worth picking up. However, I've noticed it in 2 of the Dimlets that I've created so far. This is one where it's relatively rare because this is standard. Okay, magical forest. That's why there's that stuff there. It's relatively rare, but it still exists. So that's really all that matters. Now we might want to make something else to make this safer for us, and I probably will. But it'd be awesome if I could find a little bit. But I'm not seeing any. The other one that I've noticed it in is the Netherrack world. That one, that's really cool. Because Netherrack, or rather, the Draconium ore can exist in the Nether. You'll occasionally see it there. So I'm not seeing any Draconium ore. It is relatively easy to see when you do find it, but I'm not really seeing any. So there's some right there. So all we do is come over here, and it takes so long to pick up. But there we go. We have 1 Draconium ore. Now, I'm not entirely sure how much we need, but it's a lot more than 1. I don't know if it's a stack or what. I might look that up just to see if this is going to be worth it. But it is, at the very least, potential. So let's put that stuff in there. So yeah, that's pretty much the plan, is try to have some potential, like something that might work. Now we could also do this with the dimensional shard ore, which I might do, because this stuff is super useful. And we get 3 ore. And the material absorbers are super simple to use. Let's see. Not seeing any more Draconium. Up there some. I basically just want to set the material type. so let's look in here, and I'm gonna hate it if this is... Okay, that's stained clay. Don't care. So let's head home. Like I said, this is gonna be kind of an experiment. We can dump these guys in here. Dump all of that in there. And this should be at 75%. There we go. A little bit more. Now, we have our material absorber. I want to... So it says this is place this block on top of another block, and it will gradually absorb all identical blocks in the area. So what we should be able to do is just come right over here, place the Draconium ore down, place this on top of it, and now it is Draconium ore. And it will absorb all the other blocks in the area, so let's give it another one. Does it have to be level with it? Or what? Oops. So how... We'll just leave it there for a moment, but it's at least 2 Draconium ore. How's our power doing? Not good. Not good at all. Let's go turn the powered spawner off. That's probably killing a lot of our power. And honestly, we turn this guy off as well. Now, this can give us Draconium ore, I do believe. Can we get that from... So, Draconium ore... there is no recipe for it, so not likely. There'd at least be a focus recipe, so hopefully this has... Okay, now it's fighting to get power back. We can sleep, and things will be better. I don't know why. I'll have to see how this works. What if we put it underneath? Like directly underneath? 1%. Absorbed 1%. Well then, that's going to take forever. That's going to take a lot of Draconium ore, so that might not be the best of ideas. But it's an idea at the very least. Now, there is another way. Okay, this is infused 100%. Now this requires power. No, does it? Nope. Okay, so the other thing that we're going to want is dragon. So there is a way to resurrect the dragon. It's not that difficult, but it is. But what we can get is a, if I can spell it, syringe. Yeah, this guy. And what we can use is we can use this to get essence from mobs, and then use that to make a Dimlet. So if we get our Draconium tablet out, this guy, we can see that the resurrection ritual, resurrection stone, requires mob souls though. Ugh. That's a bunch of Draconium. That's really nasty. But we would need that plus a bunch of other things. Ritual Draconic Resurrection requires 4 charged Draconium blocks. That's not that bad. Diamond blocks are easy, but it also requires the Resurrection Stone, which is Wyvern. Wyvern cores, which are Nether Star. Ugh. That seems way too difficult. But it's a possibility. It's something that I will keep in mind and kind of see how easily it is going to be to get done. So what I'm going to do, molten conductive iron, blocks of coal, cows and mushrooms. We have any effects? We do. So what I am going to do is I'm going to spend some time working with this guy, and to kind of demonstrate, we'll want a mob. If we want to do, let's do a material, and let's do a relatively rare material. We have Ardite, we have doubles of that. So if you look at Dimlets, let's look at the Draconium Dimlet. This guy is a rarity 6. So what that means is we need a high rarity to extract. And that's going to extract, and it's either going to give us a couple of different random ones or all of them. And this does need power. And we just do this. We'll get some more resonant flux ducts. And I realize the episode is going a little long. I do want to wrap it up here, but let's get this done and we can go from there. So basically just do that. It'll get power, and we have a rarity 5. Now that's not good enough. However, we got the advanced energy module, so we have that. We have the memory unit, we have the material type, and the base part. So if you want to make a Dimlet, so that's the type, advanced memory unit, power, and then this is the rarity, and then this is whatever requires otherwise. So we'll need a rarity 6 Dimlet. So do we have any Dimlet rarity 6s that I can use? It's going to be in this one probably. As of right now, no. But we have everything else for either of the, we have the material, or we could do the mob, which sort on name, and we can get whatever mob. It really doesn't matter. Default. I think you can destroy this one. Nope. If it's craftable, you can't do anything with it. So that means we just take, I don't know, sheep. I don't want to make sure we have gas, but we don't have we have villagers. That's a pretty good one, but we don't have dragons, and I want to make sure we don't have draconium ore. Nope. Alright, so we just throw that in there and extract, and it will do this thing, and we got the mob type. So now that was a rarity 2, so it only has a regular energy module. Regular is for rarities 2s and 3s, basic is for 0 and 1, and then 4, 5, and 6 requires the advanced. Same with the memory units. Everything needs a base part and a rarity. So just kind of one of those things that this will allow us to make Dimlets. However, we need to get the essence of whatever it is we want to make, which will either require resurrecting the dragon and syringing it until we have this full, and then we can use that, and that's not a problem, or absorbing a ton of draconium ore. Either way, it's going to be painful. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Next time, we're going to get back into Thaumcraft for a little bit and kind of go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I might make some new... we might make some more solar panels soon, too. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!